Alright, so in our first episode of this series, we did obtain an armadillo helmet, armadillo chestplate, necklace of anguish, and a ring of suffering. That is not shown in the inventory, but I'll explain that a little bit later on. Then, if you guys recall, in episode 2, we obtained a Zamorak Godsword, Pegasian boots, Primordial boots, as well as another uncut onyx which will be used for a future Zenyte, Jar of the Souls, and an extra blowpipe. Finally, we have episode number 3, represented at the bottom rows, where we obtained a Blood Fury for the first time, as well as 2 additional blood shards, an extra onyx, a Seer's ring for the first time ever, and a malediction ward. On top of that, a warped scepter. So starting this series just from having Barrows items and a whip in the bank, I'd say we've come a far way so far. But I still have so much more to obtain and so much more to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Let me know by leaving a like below and a comment. I would really appreciate it. And with all that being said, let's jump right in. A little bit of diaries to start today's episode. I figured I would focus on completing the easy and the medium wilderness diaries in order to finally start killing some Demi wilderness bosses. These diaries were very easy to complete. I think the longest step was probably the muddy chest one, where you have to obtain a muddy key and then open the chest. But with all that being completed in probably less than an hour or so, I did get an antique lamp and a wilderness sword, which will come in handy for future wilderness activities. Now that we have the diaries completed, I'll go ahead and spend 50k to enter the cave of Calvar'ion. Hopefully I don't die, because if I do die, I'll lose all of these nice resources and supplies in my inventory, and I'll have to repay that 50k entrance fee. So we'll try to avoid all the PKers simply by scouting on my main account, seeing when they log in, and then I'll go ahead and just teleport out on my Iron Man. Overall, this is a very basic Iron Man setup, but with the Dragon Mace. I do not have access to a Sarachnis Cudgel because I've just never killed Sarachnis on this account yet, so Dragon Mace was my best option, with the rest of my setup being Black D-Hide, Dragon Defender, Fire Cape, and a Nezi helmet with the Salve Amulet. I figured I would also risk Dragon Boots just because I have about 4 pairs of them in the bank. Here we have our first elite clue at kill count 8. Very common drop to receive from these wilderness bosses, and luckily I was able to complete all of the elite clues that I got in this video, so that's a first for me. And there we have 10 kill count. I'll go ahead and bank here. Decent looting bag. Got some diamonds, rubies, blood runes, and death runes, as well as some wine of Zamorak, which will be really useful for herblore. But yeah, usually I can extend these inventories to 25 to 30 kills. I really got much better at Calvar'ion compared to these first couple trips here as I was progressing. And with all the restore drops and unnoted food drops that he does give you, as long as you don't run into any PKers, you can stay here for quite a while without having to bank. And one benefit of Calvar'ion is he also drops the ancient staff, which I needed. I actually lost it in my last episode, so it was nice to get that back. Hopefully we'll get some duplicates so we don't have to worry about losing it again. And other than that, I just decided that I'll go for a 100 kills, see if I can test my luck here. Maybe I'll get a Void Waker piece, maybe a Ring of the Gods, which will be very nice upgrade in the ring department. It would also be nice to get a Dragon Pickaxe. You know, it's a decent drop from these wilderness bosses, but I already have a few in the bank, so it won't be an upgrade or anything like that. But as you can see, we're getting all these duplicate ancient staff, so that's good. Doing a lot of Wilderness Slayer on this account. I actually have a decent amount of blighted super restores, so it's really nice to be using some supplies that I earned in the wilderness versus all of my normal super restores, which I earned through herblore. And the same goes for blighted karambwans and blighted anglerfish. Although I have so much cooked food on this account that food's not really an issue, but it's always nice to save supplies. Another bonus of killing these wilderness bosses as we are nearing 70 kill count. Nothing too crazy yet in regards to the rares, but I was fortunate enough to receive 60 Renar Weeds, current price 357k, and that's about 60 prayer potions to the bank, so I'll take it. I would definitely say Calvar'ion is the easiest out of the 3 bosses that you can kill in the wilderness, as it goes for Artio and Spindle. I would rank Spindle right after Calvar'ion, and then I'd say Artio is probably the hardest for me personally. Not having a wilderness weapon like an Ursine Chain Mace definitely slows down the killing process of Calvar'ion, but either way, his HP is not that high, and when you're hitting constant 30s and 40s, even with a Dragon Mace, it makes this grind very bearable, and honestly, the drops make it even more enjoyable. So with that being said, there is 100 kills completed. Unfortunately, no Ring of the Gods, no Void Waker piece, but it's always good to try your luck out somewhere new, so no luck this time. Such incredible loot as well, definitely going to assist me with getting 94 herblore, 500k XP away at this current point in time, so I decided to go ahead and and decant all of my potions, use a little bit of my gold to make them all unfinished so that all I have to do is add the secondary component. This will save me a lot of hours, and yeah, we got about 22 mil in unfinished potions, but still 500k herblore XP to go. And I decided once we hit this herblore level right here, 94 herblore, I will now officially stop doing any type of skilling other than farm runs, seeing as most of the 99s I need to max this account are going to be banked. I want to just bank them through PVMing, and it might take over a year to do, but it'll be worth it in the long run. And there's what we got from 93 to 94 herblore, about 1,000 more stamina potions that'll be made, a decent amount of supersets, and some prayer potions with some antivenoms, which will be good for Zulrah. We'll go ahead and decant all those potions into 4, because that's the way we do it, and we'll bank them in the potions tab, which is thriving. Looks like we're set for quite a while. Go ahead and open this medium clue scroll up too, not much at all. And now I think I'll do a little bit of Slayer. I do have a fire giant task, and after we completed this, I just got some, really lame tasks. For example, I think one of them was killing those mushrooms in Zenaris. I got some Kurosks as well. I really wanted to get assigned Black Demons so that I could go for another Zenite, since we've already unlocked the Necklace of Anguish and the Ring of Suffering. I really want to get that Tormented Bracelet now. But having no Slayer points, like, ever, is definitely holding me back from getting those Zenites, because I don't really want to kill Black Demons, or I should say demonic gorillas, off task. So we'll just continue to do these quick tasks and skip whenever I'm able to, so hopefully we can get assigned Black Demons as soon as possible. Well, I was wanting Black Demons, but they gave me Black Dragons, so yeah, I did this as quickly as possible in the Taverley dungeon, just killed the miniature ones, and following that I was assigned a decent cannon task. We got 134 Sukwas. Other than the hard clue scrolls, there's really not too much excitement from this task, just use a bone crusher and a cannon, and yeah, I'm running low on balls, so that's not good, but we'll stock up on those in the future. Either way though, following the Sukwa task, I did get something that I haven't had in quite some time, which was Cave Kraken. So after the completion of a hard clue, basic reward 66k, I got started on my Kraken task, and I wanted to try out the Warped Scepter here, so I could save on using Death Runes, which I would be using if I was going to go with the Trident. Now I'll just be using Chaos and Earth Runes. Chaos Runes are easier to get than Death Runes, so yeah, it's a lot slower to use the Warped Scepter. I wouldn't really recommend it, but I was just AFKing at this point. Anytime you get a Kraken task, that's all you can do, so we got that task done. Probably took like 4 hours, but we did actually obtain 93 Slayer during it, and somehow I missed the recording. So that's very unfortunate, but other than that, there wasn't any tentacle drop or anything that is unique. Well, we're looking for Black Demons still. What are we gonna get this time? Basilisk. Alright, fair enough. I don't want to say that word too much, because apparently I don't know how to pronounce it. What is it? Basilisk? I think that's right, so hammer me if not. But yeah, this is a decent task to AFK as well. While I was actually AFKing this task, I decided to do some PKing on my main account. I don't know why, I just figured, this is such an AFK-able task, and yeah, I got into a fight with this max mage while I was just going for that face guard drop, and to my surprise, I got a 50 mil PK, so yeah, that's incredible. But after the Basilisks were killed, I did go ahead and complete a hard clue, and I got a unique, which is a Bandos Kite Shield. I'll go ahead and throw that in the drops tab, but yeah, I wasn't actually able to record it, but I did get assigned a Black Demon task right after I killed all the Basilisks, so this date is actually 10/30/23. At the very end of October here, that's when I was properly playing on the Iron Man account again, because I had spent so much time on my main account last month. So yeah, it's kind of the problem with this series, is that sometimes I'm never on this account, and sometimes I'm only on this account. But either way, we're starting with a decent kill count at Demonic Gorillas here. Looks like I've killed 430, all on Slayer task, I believe, and we've gotten 2 Zenites so far, so it's a really good drop rate. Hopefully we can keep up that average. But while we're going for the Zenite, we'll definitely be getting some hard clues, tons of Javelin heads and alkables from these Demonic Gorillas, and just more alkables from the clues as well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there it is, 100 kills into the Slayer task of 145, and we did receive our 3rd Zenite shard. That is incredible. That's 3 Zenites at 530 kills or so. So I mean, I could not be more happy with that. I was really extending these inventories to just 8 mil alone in that one inventory. So many rune drops. Man, I love Demonic Gorillas. So many seeds, which will help me with farming. It's just so much more beneficial to kill anything on an Iron Man account versus a main, because everything just means so much more, which is, I don't know, it's just why this account Calvar'ion has a special place in my heart. But now that we obtained our Zenyte, I did go ahead and complete the task, and I went down to the monkey dungeon, and I used my Zenyte with my uncut onyx that we had from Zulrah. I still have one other uncut onyx to spare, so that's going to be good. I quickly checked on my kingdom and realized that only 45% of people approve of me, so that's terrible, but I got it back up to 100, and I added an additional 1 million GP in there. And now it's time to finally create that tormented bracelet. Let's do it. Oh, I don't have the crafting level. Alright, well, we have to go cut Suliceps because we need to receive a mushroom cap in order to create a mushroom pie, which will then give me a crafting boost that I need. It is a 1 in 100 to get a Sulicep from cutting these mushroom trees, but it took me 300 attempts, so about an hour wasted there. But nevertheless, we'll eat that mushroom pie and create that tormented bracelet. Gotta love crafting boosts that aren't related to using stews, because that's just stressful. But with that being said, we enchanted the Zenyte bracelet into the tormented bracelet. Nice price there of 10 million GP. And yeah, that's incredible, guys. We now have a necklace of anguish, a ring of suffering, a tormented bracelet. We just need the amulet of torture now, and then we are all set for Zenytes being completed. All right, well, let's take a break from killing demonic gorillas, and let's take a break from Slayer in general to now test our luck at Bandos. I have very few Bandos kills on this account. I don't think I've ever gotten a drop here before, but we are starting off with a decent setup with the Blood Fury being an upgrade since last video, and we are starting at 31 kill count, so our first kill there is 32. Looks like we got 19k. I think I'll go for 50 Bandos kills. 100 seems like a little much with a setup like this, seeing as some inventories I get 3 kill trips, some I get 1 kill trips, and if I get the right drops as it goes for getting food drops, I can even do 6 kill trips with this setup, thanks to that Blood Fury, as well as blood barraging the minions here. I really have no complaints. I had no stress at all while doing this. I didn't die a single time, and I really had fun with this melee setup. So I know the range setup is better for this method, but it just requires so much more clicking and concentration that I think I'm just gonna stick with this setup for now. I wish I had a better special attack weapon. I'm not gonna lie, the Dragon Dagger is not as good as it was in 2005, you know, so we're just gonna be using it, and hopefully we'll get something here. The odds are not in our favor, but you never know where your luck will lie. And kill count number 54 overall. What are we gonna get? Well, there's a better special attack weapon, if I could say so myself. We're gonna be swapping out that Dragon Dagger for that big beautiful Bandos Godsword. I do already have a Godsword blade. I'm actually close to creating 2 Godsword blades, but it's connected to my Zamorak hilt that I obtained in episode 2 right now. So all I have to do is go to the bank and simply withdraw the Zamorak Godsword. We're gonna dismantle him, and then we're gonna use the blade on the Bandos hilt. So there you guys go. We now have a Bandos Godsword. This will be incredible for so many different things in this game as it goes for bossing. And it's my first ever Bandos drop. Don't you just love that purple glow that you see on the ground? So now we get to go in every Bandos trip and start out with a special attack. I mean, the first spec there hit a 61, and now it just makes my trips so much easier. I still average about 3 to 5 kills a trip, so it didn't really change dramatically, but it ensures those 3 to 5 kill trips now more than it did ever before. No more 1 kill trips anymore with that Dragon Dagger failing every single time. So yeah, I'm really proud of that drop. It's so nice to see on the account. What an upgrade, and I just can't wait to use it at everywhere else I go. I mean, that's huge for Corp, that's huge for raiding. It's just great. So very excited about that. And it's nice that we have that blade, so anytime I get a new hilt, I can just, you know, dismantle it and add the new one on there. Other than the Bandos hilt, I was just getting a lot of rune plate bodies, rune long swords, rune two-handers, you know, the occasional snapdragon and coal, as well as adamant ore here. The normal drops are actually decent if you kill, you know, a good chunk of Bandos. All those resources and supplies do add up over time, so they'll be used for future skilling and whatnot. And who doesn't love a bunch of rune items in the bank, so you can high-alch them all into a big coin stack one day. But I did get a Godsword Shard 3 at the very end of this grind. We went from 31 kills to 81 kills. The Godsword Shard was from a minion, and of course the Bandos hilt was obtained from the boss. I will definitely be returning here next episode. We'll definitely go for probably about 150 kill count, so that'll be about 75 more kills. But overall, what a success story. I mean, 24.3 mil made from 50 Bandos kills. Beautiful number to stop on, ending in 0, and what an upgrade. I'm happy. Well, we tried our luck at Calvar'ion, didn't really have any. Tried our luck at demonic gorillas, certainly had some there, and we definitely had some at Bandos. So let's go try Spindle out. Another wilderness demi-boss. Similar setup to to Calvar'ion, literally the exact same gear, and yeah, I think the only difference here is we need to bring some mithril darts along with us. A lot of fun killing Spindle. I remember here about 2 weeks ago I was killing bots for 10 mil an hour, and now there's no bots to be seen. What a shock. But either way, just continuing on with the basic method of dragon macing the Spindle himself. Brought some brews, restores, a little bit of stamina potions, and anti-venom. Pretty laid back boss. I would say, yeah, like I mentioned earlier on, it's like the second easiest, and it's very similar to Calvar'ion, but the drops are really nice as well. We got some Onyx Bolt Tips, 35 of those suckers for 300k, not bad at all. And it's the same concept where you can get unnoted food and unnoted super restores, so you can extend your trips here as long as you don't run into any PKers, of course. And there we have 20 kill count. Probably took less than an hour to obtain that, and that's with 0 distractions from PKers. Yet again, another Onyx Bolt Tip drop. I will happily take that. Good for high-alking in the far future. I haven't high-alked any of my Onyx Bolt Tips in the bank yet, but I believe I have about 1,600, so we'll get to that eventually. Either way, though, on the very next kill, KC number 23, I felt it in my bones, ladies and gentlemen. Void Waker Gem, 60.5 mil. I was just playing, casually talking to one of my cats out loud, and I said, you know, I think I'm going to get the Void Waker Gem, and as I said it, it spawned on the ground. So that's why I typed all that out. I just felt magical, you know. Little moment with me and my cat there. She's a good luck charm. What can I say? 23 KC, you know, and I'm done here. I don't think there's any reason to stay at Spindle for longer than I need to. So let's go try out Artio and test my luck there. Do 100 kills and see what happens. And this is why Artio is my least favorite wilderness boss, because it does a lot of damage, especially my first kill. I guess I had thought that I could even be negative magic bonus and somehow still cast an ice barrage on him to freeze him. But I quickly learned that you need a little bit of magic bonus if you want to cast that ice barrage and it actually hit instead of splash. So I quickly just decided to bring a Mage Arena 2 cape, ancient staff, and a mystic rope top. And in case I run into any PKers, this is a good strategy to escape them, just simply by freezing them and logging out. But unfortunately, I died early on at Artio, which I thought was no big deal, you know, death is no problem. But I realized that I lost my Mage Arena 2 cape, so here we are now going back with a normal Mage Arena cape and a magic setup, you know, trying to switch it up, keep myself a little interested here. Maybe entertained is the better word, but yeah, I went from using range to using a warped scepter with full blue mystic and ice barrage, and it was much slower. Definitely don't recommend this, but ever since the warped scepter came out, I've just been keen to try it everywhere, so yeah, it's not good here though. And here's our 46th kill coming in with an elite clue scroll. Not too bad at all. Love the normal drops here as well, just like Spindle and Calvar'ion. They are absolutely excellent. And here's an elite clue. Let's go ahead and open him up for a master. 15 elites done overall. Following that, I didn't complete the master, but yeah, I died again. So this time to a PKer. Couldn't escape that guy, unfortunately. So yeah, we're back to ranging Artio. The master clue I attempted later on. I had to drop it around step number 3, so he did sit in the bank for a little while. But other than that, I was enjoying my time at Artio. I love doing elite clues because, like I said in this video, I was able to complete all of them, so I did get a second one as well as a long bone at 82 KC. Definitely noticed that there were more PKers at this location compared to others. This guy actually got pretty close to killing me with Void Waker spec, but luckily at the very end I did manage to catch a freeze on him and escape. But he did get my heart rate jumping there for a second, but luckily the trees are always at my advantage and we did get the log out. So with that being said, I completed the elite clue in the inventory for a nice 236k. Yet again, another dragon mace. Well, I was not expecting my first drop to be a tyrannical ring, but I'll take it. It's good for some things in the game. It's another ring that I have to imbue with Nightmare Zone points, but that's alright. I think I have enough to do that. And yeah, it's a nice little upgrade for the account. It's got to be best in slot somewhere, maybe. I hope. It's pretty cheap though, so I don't know. But either way, another PKer and another death. I hate that Void Waker. Unless, you know, I'm the one using it, of course. But hey, I don't kill Iron Men. At least, not noobs that are dressed like I am, so yeah. Was having a little bit of trouble escaping here, no doubt about it, but I did get a few close calls with him in the cave. That magic shortbow spec didn't really pull through for me, but the ice barrage did. I had to take off all my clothes and everything, but it worked. And I got away, and it was at this point that I thought to myself, let me go go ahead and unlock loot keys. I think it costs like $1 mil or something, and maybe I can actually anti-PK one of these jokers and then, you know, just kill myself on my other account and take all their loot. Check out little Billy here, who logged into his older brother's account while he was away swimming, and I almost killed him with that Bandos Godsword special attack. I figured if I'm gonna anti-PK, I gotta bring some switches. So here we are with Ice Barrage switch, as well as a MSB, as well as a Bandos Godsword, attacking a guy who should not have an Inferno Cape because, just judging by the way this fight went for him, how in the world did he kill Zuck? And how did I not? That's what I want to know. But like I said, little Billy was on his older brother's account, and, you know, his brother's going to be real upset because he's going to see me kill him in this video. No, I wish. There was a lot of close calls during this one. I really wish I would have gotten the kill here because this guy was risking at least 20 mil, and yeah, what an anti-PK that would have been if I could somehow kill him with a Bandos Godsword, but he got away. God, I think he was wearing void gloves. That's just so bad. But yeah, the next PKer also teleported away from me. I think I was holding my own now because the BGS, and when you Ice Barrage a PKer in this cave, they get a little cautious, you know, because Artio's coming at them and you can be ranging them at the same time. They might get stuck in a bear trap. The list goes on, but it felt really nice to be able to anti-PK, and some people obviously still killed me, but that's okay. You know, sometimes you got to pick and choose your fights. Others I made teleport, so it just depends on really how good they are at the end of the day. But I did manage to get an elite clue scroll, KC 165. Following that, just a welfare setup at this point. I did run into another fight where this guy was definitely chanced here. It was really low HP, so I figured I'd throw the spec at him, and looks like we both ended on 0 there. So unfortunately, no kill here either, but we did scare him away, and we did it with a Mystic Hat, so that counts for something. Other than that, I did manage to get a nice escape here, and yeah, I just love this Ice Barrage method. You really can't go wrong, and I even got a compliment out of it, so shout out to you, Trumpers. Don't try to kill me again, though. Well, with that being said, let's go ahead and do this elite clue scroll yet again from Artio, opening it up in 47 wild for 43 purple sweets. That's incredible. 463k. Well, he asked me the question, are you him? Which is almost the most common question I get. It's actually, are you the real one? That's mainly the question I always get. And no, I'm not the real one. After making him teleport out, I continued my grind up to 200 kills. Got some nice grimy toad flax there. Never have toad flax on this account, so that'll be nice for some Ceridome and Brews later. Then the battle of a lifetime sped up by 10x with this guy who just really wanted to kill me. He didn't care how many bear traps were on the ground or how far I ran, but we got away. All right, well, that took forever. 200 RTO kills, doing magic, short bow, crossbow, you name it, I tried it. And yeah, I'd probably settle for the crossbow in the future, but no drops, unfortunately, just the ring, and another elite clue coming in for an additional 178k. I will take it. Well, let's go ahead and return to Calvar'ion. Starting at 100 kill count, let's go for 200, and let's anti-PK at the same time. BGS specking this guy a 47. It looks like all I needed was 6 more damage, and that would have been a nice 6 mil PK, but he got away. Really just have no luck on this account. So many close calls. I'm really looking forward to the day where I get a solid PK, and I'm not talking 500k, I'm talking 50 mil, but I don't know if that'll ever happen. We'll have to wait and see. All right, so now it's story time with Mr. No Sleep. As you can see here, I died. What did I type in the chat box? I'm not gonna let anyone crash. Why? Because a GIM with a dragon mace crashed my world and attacked my Calvar'ion. So what did I do? I skulled up on him, and he pulled out a Void Waker and killed me. What did I lose? Fire Cape, Ring of Suffering, Defender, and also I lost the ability to record apparently because I didn't get it on video, so that really sucks. Yeah, he wasn't an actual GIM, I found out later. He just had the username GIM and then whatever it was after that. So I just assumed, judging by his terrible gear and his username, that he was. But I think he was a bait account, and it sure worked on me, so... Anyway, so we did manage to kill Jad. We got our Fire Cape back with a new personal best. Now we're only missing a Ring of Suffering. As it goes for the Dragon Defender, I had 17 of them, so it's not too big of a deal there. Did manage to get a nice elite clue, kill count 120, so we'll go ahead and do that after this inventory. But yeah, guys, live and learn. You know, from the elite clue, pretty average, 125k. Another Dragon Mace coming in. Looks like I'll need that Dragon Mace though, seeing as I just lost one, but that's okay. Another drop. It's a unique 135kc Dragon Pickaxe, 1.2 mil right now. But overall, the lesson here is don't skull up at Calvar'ion, especially with a Ring of Suffering risk. Like, that's just dumb. I mean, I'm luckily I actually protected item, because had I lost my Bandos Godsword, oh man, that would have been real bad. Might not have been able to upload this video because I probably would have punched my screen. But overall, it's lesson learned. I'm not going to skull up again ever. And I finally enabled the skull protection, so I shouldn't even be able to misclick it now. But the grind continues, guys. You know, Ring of Suffering, we'll get it back. No worries. Next episode, we'll definitely grind out Demonic Gorillas for an extra Zenite, you know? It's all good. My luck there is pretty decent. So here we are, though, 190 kill count. I decided that I would go for 300 instead of 200. I just had a good feeling here, and I really wanted to get a second Voidwaker piece. Beautiful 200kc. Other than the death, it's been a great journey so far. Really stacking up the elite clue scrolls this video, as well as all the beneficial loot that we're getting from these wilderness bosses. So even though we're not getting rares all the time, or as quickly as I wish I would, I'm still really growing the bank value and making consistent at least 1 mil hours easily. That's probably on the low end. And yeah, what a great update. Really glad that they added these bosses into the game. I remember when they were first released, it was like the best thing ever for anti-PKers, and got some of my most amazing videos out of this update. So yeah, I mean, I love Calvar'ion. Definitely going to stick with it and continue to anti-PK. I actually kind of switched up my method of anti-PKing. Now I bring a Zamorak Godsword instead of a Bandos Godsword, and I try to freeze them in the room so they take damage from Calvar'ion and myself. Haven't managed to kill anyone with that yet, but I've escaped a few times with it. Either way, though, nice little Dragon Pickaxe, 271kc, 29 until our goal is finished of 300 kills. Too bad you can't high alch that Dragon Pickaxe. I don't really know what I'm going to do with all of them, but yeah, well, nice collection for now. But yet again, another elite clue, 274. Also built a new stash unit in Ardone, so that's really nice to get taken care of. And let's go ahead and open up the elite clue to see on our 20th elite overall. Nice little accomplishment, 209k. And to my surprise, the luck continues. We did get a collection log drop, but it was a skeleton champion scroll from a dog, so not quite what I was looking for, but you're bound to get that eventually if you camp Calvar'ion for a decent chunk of time, so I will take it. Nice 60 grimy Renard drop yet again, 10 kills left, and as you can see, another anti-PKing is in the works. This guy got chanced 4 different times, and he was not giving up. We are 1 HP in him left and right. Rune crossbow to the ZGS. We also brought vengeance, and as you can see, what a battle it was. This guy killed me. He was risking easily 10 mil, but it was a good fight. Yeah, I unfortunately died, but I almost got him, and the dream still stands. Are we ever going to get an anti-PK? Well, there is an anti-PK, but that's only 500k. That guy wasn't risking much at all, and then he kept ragging me afterwards. So either way, we managed to hop worlds and hit our goal of 300 kills. After managing to kill that guy, I brought my main and killed myself, and I looted the key for a nice 547k. So better than nothing. Well, no luck from 300 Calvar'ion kills or 200 Artio, but we did get that 23kc drop at Spindle, so I will take it for now. I did claim my kingdom this month, and I made 5.4 mil from that, so that's not too bad. And now it's time to recap the episode. We did obtain a Bandos hilt, which made the Bandos Godsword 1 piece out of 3 for the Voidwaker gem. We upgraded to a Tormented bracelet and also obtained the ring from Artio, a champion scroll, and 2 extra dragon pickaxes. So next episode, I'm going to re-obtain my Ring of Suffering, hopefully finish off the Voidwaker completely, and it looks like in this episode I made 124 mil. That's really not bad. All in all, I think I put about 11 days into this episode. It should have been much more content, seeing as how long you guys waited, but I just want to remind you guys, I always run different videos on different accounts throughout the months. That's why this one took so long to get out there, but I really appreciate your guys' patience. This series is never going to end. I always see the comments that, you know, I like to end series early, but not this one, guys. This is truly my passion. Even if the views go down from episode 1 until now, I know that those of you who watch really enjoy this this series, and that's why I'm going to keep it alive for you guys. So thank you for your support unconditionally, and I should see you guys in a few days with a new video on my main account. And yeah, I look forward to that. That's actually a pretty cool one that I'm working on, and overall pretty successful episode. I really enjoyed this one. I love wilderness bosses. My boss log is coming along slowly but surely, and my bank is just increasing every day. I can't wait to do a bank video in like 8 months from now to show you guys all of my progress. But we have so much more to accomplish, so much more to do, and I hope you'll be there with me for it, guys. A huge thank you to the YouTube channel members, with a special shout out to Angelzblood, DeceptionZ, and xXzoticx. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. No Sleep out.